One thing about social media, you can always find a post that is debatable. Let's take a look at this post by Claude World. Clearly a Kawhi Leonard fan. Right? What you think? You think this person is a Kawhi Leonard fan?
Clearly. What in the world?
Okay. So they listed their top 4 players at each position going into the 2025 season. Let's take a look at this. I mean, where do we start? I mean, let's start with the point guards, right?
Yes.
Shai Gilgeous.
Mm-hmm.
Shai Gilgeous. I mean, first of all, I really want to know if this is supposed to be in some sort of order, or it's just a list that he put together randomly.
Probably say some type of order, because if you look at Giannis, it says move up or down.
Okay.
As an arrow. So I think it's from 1 to 4 rank in that. That's what I think.
Okay.
Only because of the arrows on Giannis. Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. That's a good point. But Shai Gilgeous is number 1 point guard heading into the 2025 season. I can't say that I agree with this.
I agree. I have no problem with it.
You got
Actually,
no problem?
not number 1. I have no problem. Okay, first of all, let's go. I have no problem with Shai Gilgeous being on this list. I have no problem with Luka being on the list. I have no problem with Brunson being on the list. Let's start there. Okay. Tyrese Maxey, though, I disagree with him being on the list as a top point guard going into 2025. I think there are some people that are missing that could potentially take that spot. Now, I like Tyrese Maxey. This is not a Tyrese Maxey bashing by far. I think he showed in 2024 that he could become a phenomenal player. And he did that in 2024, but not as a point guard. I think he's better at a 2. That's my opinion, right? So if I had to consider a point guard, though, why are we not looking at? And this person probably was overlooked because they haven't played in like a season and a half. I would put Ja Morant over there. I would put Ja Morant. For me, if there's going to be a point guard that can potentially do really well in 2025, it would be him. Did we not? We must have forgot. This list must have forgot that Ja Morant was amazing before all of the things he went through, right? So I think I would like to see him on the list. And if not that, again, people can argue that maybe Ja Morant is not the right one. Then why are we overlooking Jrue Holiday, 2-time NBA champion? He can kill it on both ends of the floor. Did we just not see him demolish? Who were they playing against? I can't believe I forgot. But when the Boston Celtics went all the way to the finals, did we miss Jrue Holiday's performance in the postseason? Did we miss it? Because top point guard, he may not be flashy and he may not, do all the bells and whistles, but he is a grinder and he get in there and he'll snatch the ball. What I'm saying is that if we're talking about who can showcase in 2025, I would say Tyrese Maxey, no, maybe Ja Morant, maybe Jrue Holiday, perhaps Tyrese Halliburton. Like there's just other players I would like to see in that slot instead of Tyrese Maxey.
Yes, I also have Ja Morant on my list as a top point guard heading into the next season. I'm cool with SGA, Luka, and Brunson. No, I'm not. Take that back. I have Luka, Ja, SGA, and Maxey. I'm cool with Maxey. What I don't feel like Brunson is going to be a top point guard because now the New York Knicks are stacked. The Jalen Brunson that we seen last season is not going to be the same guy because now he's going to have more talent surrounding him. He's not going to be able to monopolize the basketball. You don't think Mikal Bridges is going to need his touches?
I think that Jalen Brunson will still be a top point guard in 2025. Yes, I agree that he may not have as many touches as he did in 2024. Yes, I do believe the roster is now stacked, and they had just now acquired Precious Achiuwa back. Absolutely. And I saw that. I said, yes. So I do agree with that. However, Jalen Brunson, I don't think that his ability to get to the basket, his ability to get others involved is going to lack, even though Mikal Bridges is there. I don't think so. Maybe less touches for him, but his facilitation may increase because of it. So again, point guard is about, right, getting yours and making sure everybody else gets theirs as well. So that's why I say I think he'll still be a top 25. He'll still be a top point guard in the season of 2025. So yes.
Okay. So the shooting guard position has Anthony Edwards, Donovan Mitchell, Devin Booker, and Desmond Bane.
Okay.
Like, wait a minute.
Hold up. Wait a minute. Again, if I swap somebody out, hear me clear. This is no disrespect to them. But on this list, based off of this how the person who put the list together presented it. No, Desmond Bain, not on this list. Not on this list. Maybe another list, but not this one. No, I agree. I agree with Anthony Edwards. I also disagree with Donovan Mitchell. I'm a no on Donovan Mitchell as well. I'm a no on Donovan Mitchell. I am a yes on Devin Booker. I mean, I just think that Phoenix is just not the right spot for him. My opinion, right? I want. I almost feel like his talent is being wasted now in Phoenix, and I would like to see him somewhere else. But that's neither here nor there. And then Desmond Bain, cute but no go.
For real. I had Anthony Edwards as an MVP candidate last season, so I'm definitely cool with him being at the top of the shooting guards heading into the 2025 season. I'm a no on Donovan Mitchell. I swapped him out for Austin Reeves. I think Austin, he's been, Austin Reeves is going to be an all-star next season. So, yeah, he's on my list. I also swapped out Devin Booker, mainly because of the system that he's forced to play in. I put Malik Monk, who's coming off an injury. I'm looking for him, DeMar DeRozan, De'Aaron Fox, do some serious stuff in Sacramento next season. And then, of course, come on, Desmond Bain, I like him. I mean, we got his partner, on our list in Ja Morant, but Desmond Bain doesn't belong on this list. I'm going with Jalen Green from the Houston Rockets. So I just basically demolished this whole shooting guard list with the exception of Anthony Edwards. I think
Anthony Edwards, there is no argument there. Yes, he belongs. Yes, he is currently playing as we speak in the Olympics. So yes, Anthony Edwards all day for me. Yes. Donovan Mitchell, I say no. And as a matter of fact, why are we not, again, I guess it depends on where you put this particular individual, this NBA champion as of recent. Where is Jaylen Brown? Is he considered a shooting guard or is he a forward? At some point, he should be, for me, I have him as shooting guard. He should be somewhere on this list. I'm just saying. But I say maybe if you want to label him, because right now he's labeled as a guard forward. If you want to put him on the list as a guard, I'm cool with that. And I think he should be slotted in there. Did you not see him, Mr. Finals MVP and Eastern Conference Finals MVP? We're just going to overlook all of that when we're talking about these lists. Stop.
Yeah.
So Jaylen Brown needs to be somewhere on here. I have him in replace of as a swap for Donovan Mitchell. But you can put him. He just need to be on the list, right? And then I'm thinking, instead of Desmond Bain, we talked about the New York Knicks, right? And we talked about Jalen Brunson. I think this is where Mikal Bridges will shine. I think he's better at the two. I know that he played the one with the Brooklyn Nets. I don't know if that was his sweet spot. I think his sweet spot, and I think that this 2025 season with the New York Knicks in this stacked roster, he will be able to shine. And I think he will have a great 2025 season. So I have him instead. And then if I had to rank them, I have Jaylen Brown as number one because again, and maybe I got recency bias, but excuse me. So I have Jaylen Brown if you want to use him as a guard, shooting guard for that, to be specific. Then I have Anthony Edwards as a number two. And then I have Devin Booker. I don't mind. Again, Devin Booker can be he is a great shooting guard. I think the system, as you mentioned, is just not best for his overall showcase. In my opinion, the Phoenix Suns, I just wish he was playing somewhere else. And then I have Mikal Bridges is number four.
Okay. Now you mentioned Jaylen Brown. I have him in my small forward argument.
Okay.
Yeah, he's at the top of my small forward. I have him. I swapped out Scotty Barnes. I mean, Scotty. I mean, he got paid over the off season, but you're not on this list, Scotty. I have Lauri Markkanen instead, and Jimmy Butler with the hot comb press. No, I do not have.
Can't.
I swapped out Jimmy Butler for Paul George because I think he has a lot to prove next season playing with the Philadelphia 76ers. And then he had nerve to boo-boo on the LA Clippers after he left. Don't do that, Paul George.
Don't do that.
So now you're going to have to really show us what you're all about. Can you stay healthy for the Sixers? Because Maxey and Embiid really need him, right? Yeah. And now Franz Wagner, big fan of Wagner. Actually, the Wagner brothers as a whole. But I swapped him out for DeMar DeRozan because, again, with the Sacramento Kings, DeMar is going to be balling. So, I don't agree.
I'm glad you mentioned DeMar DeRozan because I also agree with you on that. Yes, he needs to be listed most definitely. I mean, let's not forget that the Bulls were able to do what they did, although they didn't do much. But whatever they were able to do, especially in 2022, they made it with top 6 seed. Matter of fact, at one point in the season, they were number one. right? And that was on the back of DeMar DeRozan. We cannot overlook DeMar DeRozan. So I agree with you in swapping out Franz Wagner for DeMar DeRozan, 100%. Actually, I'm going to reach back to point guard real quick. I actually had De'Aaron Fox as an honorable mention on the list because I do agree with the addition of DeMar DeRozan. We will see more of De'Aaron Fox, if you will, because of that. And then you put Malik Monk as a shooting guard.
Yes,
Wait, the
yes.
Kings. How many times would they like the beam in 2025? I can't wait to see it. I can't wait to see it. So yes, if you think about it, and if we use yours, it would be if we put De'Aaron Fox as a point guard, you have Malik Monk as a shooting guard, and then we add DeMar DeRozan as a small forward. Oh, what?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So I agree with that. Yes. And so Jimmy Butler, 100% cute, but it's a no-go for me. You know, for me, Jimmy Butler will have to now reprove himself. Does that make sense? Like I'm ready for him to redo it again. Right. So hopefully he will be, I still think he will not be with the Heat by the end of 2025. On the radio, we have a previous video about where we think Jimmy Butler should land, but yeah, I don't know about the Heat unless because the Heat, their roster is pretty much abysmal at this point.
Yes, yes.
So yeah, and then I agree with you also. I disagree with Scotty Barnes being on this list. Get your money, Scotty, but not on this list, not today. And I actually LeBron James. Why wouldn't I want to keep your GOAT? So yes, I have it.
Okay. Yeah, LeBron, that's another guy who has, believe it or not, I still feel like he has a lot to prove because he basically strong-armed the Lakers to bring in his son. So now it's like, okay, what you got for us? You know, you gonna sit down and be the mentor, or are you gonna be, superstar LeBron James? And you just put a bunch of more mileage on your body by playing with Team USA.
Thank you.
What? Okay. All right. So let's move to the power forward position. I see Kawhi Leonard at the top, but I swap for Giannis, and then KD and Jason Tatum. Believe it or not, I don't have no problem with this stack. What? None at all. Except I agree with the swap though. Giannis at the top. I put KD at number 2, Tatum at number 3, and then Kawhi Leonard at number 4. Because when Kawhi is healthy, when Kawhi is playing basketball, he's top 5.
When Kawhi is doing 2019 teams, he's a baller. But Kawhi has a special place in my heart when we talk about basketball. I like Kawhi, but on this list today, absolutely not. I disagree with that. Matter of fact, wherever you want to put Victor Wembanyama, where he at? I don't know if I can slide him in that center position because we'll talk about that soon. But Victor can't get a power forward. I mean, how do they use him with the Spurs? But I think he should be somewhere on this list. So I slotted him there. I just know for a fact Kawhi Leonard for me today is.
Hey, Kawhi's going to be without Paul George. He's going to be playing James Harden, no Russell Westbrook. We're going to see what Kawhi Leonard is about next season.
Yeah. Okay. I can't wait to see it.
Okay. So the center position, right? They have Jokic, AD, Bam, and Embiid.
Zero changes for me.
Ooh, okay. See, now this is where I put Wemby. I put Wemby at the center spot.
Where?
I still have Jokic at number 1, AD. Ooh, it was tough. I was like, dang, it's AD. I still went with Jokic at number 1, AD at number 2. I slid Embiid up to number 3. I'm sorry, Bam, but I put Wemby at number 4 because Wemby next season with the Spurs, is CP3 as his point guard can get him the ball where he needs it. Yeah, I had to put Wemby on this list.
I'm okay with him being there. Yeah, wherever he is, wherever he lands is where I need for him to be on the list. There's some people that just need to be on the list. Jaylen Brown needs to be on this list. Victor Wembanyama needs to be on the list. They just need to be there. Like, how are we gonna miss those two? So yeah, that's fine. But I kept Bam. I mean, he is currently playing in the Olympics, so why can't he be, on the list too? We can make him for based off of how you have him. I'll give him 4B.
4B. Okay. But I think for me, the disclaimer that I have is these are not my top 4 players at all in the NBA. These are the top 4 players for me that I'm looking for and who I believe will have a phenomenal 2025 season.
Oh, yeah. In these current roles, right?
Yes.
Which we know that sometimes the roles are positionless. I get that as well. But as this particular slide indicates, I'm okay with that. And I agree with you. They're not my top 4 players, but I do believe that they will have a positive impact on the 2025 season for their teams, and I'm looking forward